Hi. So, sometimes when I make these videos, whatever the topic is, this is kind of the deal that I came up with is that whatever it is that keeps coming up throughout the week is what I'll make the video about. And sometimes it's so triggering to me and makes me so uncomfortable. It just makes me want to like quit the entire channel and never make another video again in my entire life. And this is one of those videos. Like, how many times can I hit the camera? I'm doing everything I can to avoid making video. And I'm sure I've titled it incredibly simply. Because I've come across a paradox, let's call it that, a conundrum, an impossibility. So the topic this week is, what do you do if somebody likes you? Now, first of all, I'm not talking about like romantic, although it's kind of a subset, so it's the same thing. It's just like even more complicated. Um, I'm also really sick of talking about work. I think I talked about work at least like 3 of the last 4 videos. I'm really sorry about that, except like that's where I interact with people, and this is the problem. I'm interacting with people, and ugh. Unfortunately, it's not a hypothetical. Um, so the simple recap is um, I was having difficulties, let's just call it difficulties, um, with a supervisor at work. And so I transferred departments. And as I was going, I was like, these people, they don't realize they're killing the golden goose. Um, but I think everybody's realized. My new manager, who I hadn't even met, seems to really like me a lot, a lot, a lot. Um, Likes my work, likes talking to me, is very interested in making sure that the word that comes to mind is happy at work. Which seems outrageous to me, but is like at least comfortable, wants me to stick around, is willing to have me work all the time, all the time. Um, I think she would have me work 7 days a week. I think she would have me work 12 hours a day. And the company is going through growing pains. Whose isn't? Um, they are they've been asked to tighten the reins. That means payroll. By the way, separately, um, but the same thing. If you have an animal shelter near you that's a kill shelter, meaning they have a limit, they'll say an animal can be here for 2 weeks and then we have to put them to sleep or whatever. Um, their biggest expense is payroll. And if you can't stand the idea of animals being put to sleep, volunteer at the shelter, because the more they have volunteers, the less they have to pay in payroll, and the more they can spend on animals and keep them alive. It's just a fact. And a lot of companies work the same way. Um, I sort of timed this transition really well, um, like amazingly well, that I transferred exactly when they were having this company wide crackdown on payroll. They want payroll cut. Um, so payroll has been cut a lot. A lot of my coworkers are working 20 to 25% less. um, which is what I was expecting. And I was kind of in shock. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yes, I can pay my bills. Yes, my travel budget is going to have to be amended. I guess it's a good thing that I only have one domestic trip planned in the future, because I haven't been in that mindset. By the way, do you hear the cat playing? That's Lily, my little old girl who has found a new favorite toy. Acts like a kitten all the time lately. Spring fever. Anyway, I'm getting off track again. I don't understand what exactly is going on. I keep running into old coworkers, like not even my most recent coworkers, but even like people from years ago at this point. I mean, it's like the bad penny keeps showing up or something. I guess I'm the bad penny because I keep running into these people. And they're all super friendly. Um, Even my old supervisor, the one that drove me around the bend, is just, I don't know if it has sunk in and that there were reprimands put in place where but she's and yes, I mostly work with women. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. Most of my coworkers are male, but my supervisors are female. So anyway, um I don't know if she feels like she's being witnessed. I don't know, whatever. But super polite. But and the rest of my coworkers are like, they're all like wanting to be chatty with me, like my ex coworkers, I should say, my previous coworkers. They all want to talk to me, and I'm like, why? What do you want to talk to me for? What is happening? It's weird. It's unbelievably strange. Um, Supposedly, I'm up for an award. Our company has like these annual awards they give out. And apparently I it's been announced to my other department because they're telling me and congratulating me that supposedly my previous department I've won some annual award, um, and they want to know about it, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Nobody's told me anything, because it's supposed to be a surprise. They have an award ceremony dumb thing. People are supposed to actually go in person, socialize with your coworkers that you actually see mostly like as names that you've heard or virtual or whatever, or maybe you've talked to, sent a text or something like that, but you actually have to interact with them. It's and they have games and crap like that. Ugh. And drinking, of course. Of course. They want people to be social. It's horrifying. Um, Apparently, I'm going to have to go to that again this year. I mean, at least I give a little bit of a heads up, but I mean, I'm just being grilled about it. Like, what is this? What does this mean? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's just a thing. It's a performance award. It's no big deal. I mean, I really shouldn't say it's no big deal. This is, that's somebody with a avoidant personality disorder. That's what you do. You downplay everything. It doesn't matter. But what do you do? Okay, so what do you do? What do you do when it seems like Okay, I'm going to break this down because this is how I'm communicating is what you go through. First of all, you don't believe it if somebody appears to like you, appears to, seems to. Um, Part of that is that you don't trust your experience ever. Part of that is you have to downplay it. That can't be real. First of all, it breaks your brain. Like, that's impossible. Um, you probably have my situation, which was anytime in my family when I was growing up, anytime something good happened to me, my mother was hell-bent on keeping us status quo, and so she would make sure that something awful happened to counteract whatever good happened. So you're maybe looking out for that, but um, yeah, downplay, don't believe it, gaslight yourself basically into thinking it's something different from what's like as obvious as the nose on your face. I mean, if I've started working and my new boss wants to work with me all the time, and even though they've been told to cut hours and cut payroll, they've been she's been adding me like doubling my work from when I started already. Better not continue, my lord. If she keeps doubling, well, I'm just going to live at work and die. I won't have to worry about it anymore. But yeah, that's what you do. You downplay everything. First of all, that's a self-protection thing. It's also a learned behavior. It, you know, and also again, you don't trust your own instincts about anything. Um, so that's the first reaction. Then when you can't gaslight yourself anymore, it's like, okay. Then you start to panic about it. And I don't mean like a full on panic attack. And I mean, I'm sort of like saying that flippantly. My other cat's staring at me, he thinks I'm talking to him. Anyway, it makes you incredibly anxious and you're very reactive to it, to the idea of it. It's like, oh God. Um, then you usually go into some sort of um, fight, flight, or freeze reaction. Usually the flight thing, you want to get away. I've definitely heard of people that pick fights with somebody that seems like they like them. One, it's a test to see they really like them. Even if you've had a fight with them, you still like them, or they like you, or whatever. Um, and also, it will cause a distance, and then you can tolerate it more if there's a distance and it's not like and you feel compelled to because you're like this person has to know because I mean you always expect the other shoe to drop. They need to know what they're dealing with, and what they're dealing with is not as good as what they assume. I'm going to sneeze, I feel like. See, excuse me, allergies of some sort or another. It's spring. Anyway, so that's next reaction. If you're not fighting, then you want to get away from that person however you can. Um, and then the freeze thing depends on the situation. That can be like the most annoying of all. I mean, if you're at work and you're freezing because somebody seems to like you, and that means you can't actually do your job and you're just like stuck in a loop. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. I feel for you if that's what you're going through. The other reaction is fawn. Um, I don't think that you're going to try to be even more cute and attractive to whoever, and so that they think that you're a cute little thing and you leave them. That does not work for people with avoidant personality disorder. I don't think that you have to deal with that. But all these things are super common. So that's just the immediate reaction. So what do you do? A lot of times you basically ignore it. You're like, okay, I'm going to pretend this isn't happening. This can't be happening. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to waste energy on this. Is like if it's a work thing. I mean, I've got to get to work. I can't waste time worrying about if this person likes me. Because if they do, they're deluded and eventually they're going to find out the truth about me and then they're going to go away anyway. So whatever. Um, if it's a new friend, hmm, yeah, the same. That's probably like super common. Um, once you get through that, the next thing is, okay, I need to preserve this, whatever, this type of relationship, this job, this friendship, whatever it is, I need to preserve it because when's the next one going to come along? Nobody's going to come along. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happens after that. I don't know what happens after that. I think maybe the pendulum moves a little bit and then you can maybe sort of get used to it, assimilate it into your life. But it's insanely stressful. But you don't have to resolve it, is the big thing. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to force these people to know what you're really like. You don't have to you don't have to like them back. You don't have to react at all. I wish I had more helpful advice. But I'm going through it. It's very stressful. And my reaction, because again, these are work people, is just to work harder, which makes them like me more. It's perpetual loop that I'm getting myself stuck in. But anyway, that's what's going on this week. Hopefully, it'll be something more relatable, better next week. Anyway, see you then.